Hi, I'm Jackie with Veterans Rideshare, and today we've got a fellow team member and mill spouse. This is Starla Wheeler. She is one of our wonderful members of our driver support team, and we're here today to get to know Starla a little bit better and hear what she's doing to help further our mission with VRS Trucking and Veterans Rideshare. So, Starla, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So, I understand that you are a Navy spouse. How long have you two been married now?
We've actually only been married about a year and a half. Our second year will be October 8th. But
Oh,
it's kind of interesting how that worked. We've kind of known each other since 2010. So known each other a long time, but married not that long ago.
that's amazing. And are you guys stationed out in California currently?
Yeah, San Diego,
Perfect. San Diego. And where are you from originally?
Las Vegas.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
So you're in like fun, beautiful places.
Yeah,
That's pretty amazing.
I'm loving the weather right now. Right
Fantastic.
now I'm at home. It's about 107. So yeah.
I can imagine. And part of our mission with Veterans Rideshare and VRS Trucking is we put veterans to work 1 mile at a time, and we also love to employ military spouses and dependents, and it's just a wonderful way to give back to those who've served our nation. So thanks to your husband for his service, and thank you for all you do, because as an Army spouse myself, I know it can be pretty tricky. So in addition to that, you have now been part of the driver support team with VRS Trucking for how long now?
Since January, so I don't know, maybe about almost 6 months or so now.
Perfect. That's the same time I started as well. So that's great. I had no idea. So, can you tell us a little bit about what you do with your job here with VRS Trucking?
So what they should tell people about driver support is it's a job of many hats. You don't just have one or two or three things we do. We have a little bit of everything, but the main point of our job is communication. Any kind of communication whatsoever, whether it's through management to other employees, from drivers to brokers, it doesn't matter. If somebody is trying to convey a message to someone else, it comes through us. It's all communication, written, verbal, text message, it doesn't matter. It's all us.
It's all you. You guys are the backbone of the organization. And what I think is unique about us compared to other companies in the trucking industry is we're not calling our team dispatch. It's driver support, which I think that alone shows that we're just a little bit
It's a
different.
little different. I have quite a bit of dispatch experience.
Mhm.
For example, before this, I was a 911 operator for a while. I worked for a gas company, like a natural gas company, for a while, and this is different. I
Yeah.
thought I knew it all when I came here from 911. I did not know it all. In fact, I knew next to nothing. So that was a rude awakening. But no, this is a whole different ballgame.
I think that's incredible that you were a 911 dispatcher. I feel like that has to be one of the most stressful situations, and you have to remain calm no matter what. So, if I personally was at a truck in a truck that broke down on the side of the road, I would love to have you answer my call. I'm sure you can calm
Or
yourself down.
all kinds of interesting ways to survive on the go. But no, I mean, and that stress level, as you can imagine, was pretty intense. But this, not that this is stressful, it's just different,
Mhm.
completely different. I have to care for these people on a more well-rounded level. The 911 call, I don't hear them ever again after a few minutes, which is both good and bad. But with these drivers, I have to develop a relationship with these people daily to get them to trust me and to get them to talk to me about what's going on. And because really, when you think about it, when they're on the road, sometimes this is their main form of communication is us a lot of the times.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm the only human they might hear from all day long.
That's incredible. That would be a lot of isolation. And I know for me personally, like I love to socialize and interact. So I can see how just that element alone would be really important. So they know they're not alone when they're out there, they're still part of a team.
Right. Especially here, we try really hard to learn everybody's name. So instead of saying, hi, truck 123, it's, hello, Paul, or hello. We don't have a Paul yet, but
We might. We might after this.
so I have to really listen and kind of learn these people's voice and maybe their phone numbers when they come up and be aware of who's calling. Versus any other place I've worked, it doesn't matter if I know their name or not.
Yeah. Well, and I've had the pleasure of speaking with a lot of our drivers with VRS Trucking, and they have all raved about driver support. It's been amazing. They say that they're a person, not a number. They feel truly connected, and that if they do have an issue with their vehicle or something comes up, they know that they can rely on you all, and you're highly responsive.
Right.
Do you have, like, what's your work schedule typically like? Do we have people on 24 hours a day?
We don't yet. We do. I know that we're expanding to that, but we're just kind of trying to hire and train. But we can only hire and train so many at a time, of course. Me personally, I work. I'm off on Sundays. I'm off on Tuesdays, but I work 5 a.m. to 1:30 plus overtime here, there, and everywhere. So
Oh, that's wonderful.
it's pretty
5:30.
flexible, at least for me. I'm able to kind of step out when I need to step out and come in when I need to come in.
That's excellent. Well, and so you've been with the company now since the beginning of the year, and you told me behind the scenes before we came live that in addition to working here with our team and being a Navy spouse, that you're also a caregiver, and that the company's been very understanding in that. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Exactly. So my mom has been disabled since she was a teenager, and she lived with us since day one. She has physical disabilities, and she also has congestive heart failure.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a whole medical plan that we have to follow for her. But in addition to that, my mother-in-law actually fell very ill this past November, and I ended up having to go and rescue her from Phoenix, Arizona, and move her here after a month-long stay in the hospital. Basically, in layman's terms, she's battling her second round of cancer, and also she had a host of complications, which caused her to have all kinds of tubage connected to her, and to the point where she couldn't walk, she couldn't shower. This woman could barely eat. She suffers from malnutrition. She lost all of her hair. She did have major reconstructive surgery in April, which was just so much of a blessing. This woman had, from April 10th to now, this woman has learned how to walk again. She's climbing stairs. Her hair is growing back. If you look at her, you would never guess that she was sick. But it's been such a long journey up to this point. But one of the most beautiful parts about VRS that I've experienced personally is the fact that you're not going to find a job just anywhere that will just let you leave 2 hours into your shift and come back an hour later because something happened. Something happened and you have to leave the room and you have to go and take care of it.
Right.
I work from home. you know, I work from home, which that's beautiful in itself. Also, for me, I take my mother-in-law, her name is Regina. I take her to the doctor. We have 3 to 4 appointments a week.
Oh,
Three
wow.
to 4 of them a week, and every week. And it's been pretty consistent that way since day one. And it doesn't matter if the appointment is at noon, if the appointment is at 8 a.m. It doesn't matter. I can just go and do it.
Excellent. And I'm so sorry. I work from home too, and my children are having a fight in the background. And I'll tell you, there was one time I was interviewing our president. I think it was Chris Pozak, maybe if he was the one. I don't remember who I was talking to, but my kids crashed the interview. And then Chris said, you know what? Why don't I let your kids interview me on a different day? And I thought, that's amazing. How many bosses would say, you know what? Hey, it's okay. It's what happens.
Yeah.
So,
I'm never made to feel guilty. We have a very unique lifestyle. My husband was deployed up until the beginning of March. Even when he came home, he was only home for a few weeks and he went back out again. He's still gone as we speak.
oh boy.
So, it is what it is. This lifestyle isn't for the faint of heart. But
True.
honestly, especially with upper management, and my peers as well, but especially with upper management, everybody's been really understanding. Where they will text me and ask me how the doctor appointment went. I mean, who does that?
I know.
For that you've only known a couple months. It's truly a family environment.
Absolutely.
I've never experienced anywhere else.
I agree wholeheartedly. And I know I've dealt with deployments as well and holding down the home front. And so knowing you're doing that, plus working, plus being a caregiver, you just seem to be actually like an expert in support. Like this support extraordinaire.
I mean, I am, I have a small business of my own, and that's what I was doing before this, but it wasn't really a money maker. You start a small business, it doesn't make money for quite a while.
Right.
And then when Regina fell really ill, I had to work because when you take on a fully grown adult, they come with bills.
Yeah.
So, but I was in between this rock and a hard place where how am I going to work if I can't even go grocery shop without somebody needing me to stop what I'm doing? There's no way I'm going to go find an actual leave the house 9 to 5 job.
Absolutely.
And one morning I woke up and found this. It was honestly, it fell out of the sky, to be honest.
That's incredible. I think that's wonderful because I too understand the need for flexibility, and this company has been great. I mean, from the leadership all the way down, everyone does feel like a family. And so you're right, we are growing rapidly, and I love to see this. I know we're looking for new team members for recruiting, new drivers. So there are a lot of opportunities. If anyone watching this is interested, you can always check out our website. We're vrstrucking.com. You can also look at veteransrideshare.com to see what opportunities we have where you are a name, not a number. And it's definitely a family. And we give back to the military. And I love it. I love it. It's one of my favorite parts because we actually live our mission. You know, we don't just say it, we make a difference. So thank you so much for your time, Starla. I really appreciate it. Thanks for what you're doing. I thank your husband for his service, but I know how much support you're providing behind the scenes as well to his family, to our drivers. And I just think it's incredible what you're doing. So keep doing what you're doing. We're certainly relying on you.
Absolutely.
And I'm so sorry as my kids are back again. One keeps trying to get the. You might as well say hello at this point.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
And I see your dog in the background.
Come
So
over here.
yeah.
Aww.
And this is definitely the real life.
It's sleeping right
Like
there.
part of the family with the family of veterans.
Eat.
Mom.
Oh, look, there's her dog. And what's her dog's name?
Athena.
Oh, Athena. I met her at
Yeah.
that.
It's just laying on the bed.
She is
She's
beautiful.
snoozing.
Yes, I'll be ready to do that soon as well.
I agree.
Oh,
Are you going to talk to Jessica about the trailer?
why don't we talk about? Do you want to talk about the trailer right now before we sign off?
I'm so jealous. You get to talk about the trailer first. I said, I don't know what she's going to ask me. She might ask me anything.
Yeah,
You can talk about the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm going to be offended.
I'll save that for Jessica tomorrow when I talk to her. So
I'm excited. I just told her, well, it's your design. I was like, okay, so I drew it and I had the idea and I put it up there, but how am I going to paint this by myself? I'm going to need 3 weeks.
it's amazing. Well, we'll definitely be sure to talk about that.
Talk about the trailer with Jess tomorrow. That would be amazing, and I would definitely love to tune in for that.
Well, perfect. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. This has
Good.
been.
Now I feel like I don't steal her thunder.
I think. Oh, hold on.